muted. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on the Sammys and Beer podcast. As I was saying with my mic muted, I don't know if we've ever done back-to-back 2 nights in a row Sammys and Beer podcast, but we're adjusting and changing with our ever-changing schedules.
Happens.
So
Life happens.
Here we are.
Getting drunk again 2 days in a row.
On a
Woo!
manic Monday.
It's Mimosa Monday, first of all.
Mimosa. I don't drink mimosas. Did
Me
you just
either.
shit yourself too?
A little bit. I didn't think the mic would pick it up.
Yeah, the mic definitely picked it up. Like,
Look,
do we need to take a quick break so you can go wipe?
I'm good. I also
Okay.
I had a big meal. Didn't sit with me just right, so.
All right. Well, we are live here on Monday Night Football with the Sammys and Beer podcast. Thank you all for joining us so much. We appreciate you all, one and all. With me, as always, is the forever stained Tomas Rincon.
Hey everybody, let's get going. Let's do it. Let's have a good time. I'm ready to have a good time. I work tomorrow, so that's why the schedule's been changing, and I work 96 hours, so we won't have the opportunity to do it Thursday. And instead of waiting a full week for next Sunday, we're just like, fuck it, let's just go in on it.
Now they have to wait 2 weeks for us to be back on Thursday, though.
I mean, it's next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. It's not even 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a week and a half.
Just about.
It's a week and a half.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's a little bit
We
of
give
time.
the people what they want.
Yeah, we'll just ask your wife what she wants, and my mom.
I did ask my wife what she wants, and she said to do it tonight.
Oh, well, see, there you go. Perfect.
I think it was because she was excited that she got me some Buffalo Trace, because I've been searching for it and searching for it and searching for it.
You and everyone else, my friend.
And so I finally found, well, I didn't find it. She ordered it online for me, and it came in the mail today, which was super weird because, like, I get being able to order it, but they just dropped it off at my door.
Did she have to, like, upload her driver's license or something?
No, they're supposed to ID you when they drop it off.
Oh, they didn't give a shit, huh?
They didn't. They did not care. They just put it on my front stoop.
Well, okay. I mean, if you're underage now, you know how to get alcohol.
Honestly, I thought it was fucking books, because that's all we've been getting delivered to the house for the last 6 weeks.
I thought it was more books.
So.
Well, it's even better than books.
It was. It's booze.
And good booze. I don't know. You've had it before, right?
I have not.
Yes, you have.
Did you have it down when we were in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you did.
The first time we met. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that whole night was kind of a blur. That was when I caught COVID, right?
Yes, that was the night you caught. You had COVID before then, but yes.
I don't know how that stuff works.
So, yes, but it's Gabe's favorite, so I made sure to bring it that time, and I remember drinking it. I remember getting super drunk because we drank an entire handle of Buffalo Trace in one night.
Okay. I remember there was the pecan and a couple other kinds, too.
Which made that hangover so much worse.
It wasn't the Buffalo Trace.
I mean, part of it was. We had a lot to drink. We just drank. I don't think I really have no desire to drink like that probably ever again.
Oh, we'll do it again.
Yeah, probably.
Those are what I call 6-month drinks. Because it takes you about 6 months to forget how miserable you were, and then you get geared up and you want to do it again, and then you do it again.
It's like having a baby.
I've never had one of those, so.
Their bodies literally forget the pain, so they'll have another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what it was like for you?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we need to start with some shots.
I'm ready.
Well, go ahead.
Can this be lit on fire? It can. So my shot for
Live on camera, Thomas burns down his house.
my shot for today actually is kind of relevant to what happened. We went to Cheesecake Factory for my nephew's birthday, and my shot for is going to be going to waiters and waitresses that actually give a shit about their jobs, if that makes sense. I had want for nothing. No beverage needed refilling, and my food came out fast. The guy was nice, but he left us the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
overall great experience, and I love a good waiter or waitress. Like it makes my night out 10 times better. He had recommendations, he knew the menu right, like he was on it. And I liked it. And it made my night a little better. So here's to you in the service industry. If you take your job seriously and you do it well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Cheers to waiters.
It makes a difference. And I do like the fact that, yeah, he's a waiter, but he takes his job seriously. And he probably just takes whatever he does seriously. You know what I mean? Doesn't treat it just like a means to an end. And it was really nice. And it made my nephew's birthday actually really, really nice and special.
I waited tables for quite a few years.
Did you?
Been there, done that. Yep.
It just seems like a rough job.
It has its up and downs. It's good money, but it just the hours fucking suck.
Yeah, so does a pilot. Being a pilot has its ups and downs.
Ah,
No?
bad joke.
Yeah, it was. By the way, they fixed Starfield.
Oh, what was
But
wrong with it?
so you could glitch in several different maps because the way most games work, they have chests at the bottom below the like NPCs with traders with the inventory and it restocks. So you used to be able to get under the map, go get all the credits and items, and go about your day, right? They didn't fix getting under the map, but they fixed where the chests are, and now they're gone. And like
Yep.
the everyone who plays is like pissed about it, and it's just like just play the fucking game. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
A little weird. Just a little gaming news for you.
Sweet. For the game that I can't play because apparently my computer isn't good enough. All right. My shot for. It's kind of a unique one. Um, my shot for is for the people that came up with celebrating little things that really can like make you appreciate different times a year. I mean, obviously we've got like holidays, Thanksgiving and things like that. But at my house, we celebrate the first day of fall. And every year on the first day of fall, we have chili
Nice.
and we have either we used to do pumpkin pie. This year we did pumpkin bars.
Better. I like it.
They were fantastic. Half a pan is already gone, like a big sheet cake between the four of us. But just those little things. I mean, like even Starbucks coming out with their pumpkin spice lattes. Like I don't personally like those, but I like when that kind of stuff comes out because it almost gets me into like that holiday mood. Or when it comes out for winter and the Christmas ones comes out, or spring stuff starts coming out. I love the changing of seasons, and I love people that celebrate. So, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I like it too. And I think that's really cool that you guys celebrate the first day of fall like that. What do you do for the first day of
Ooh, that
winter?
is good. That
I
is good.
I told you. A lot of people say it's not that great, but I like the bite and the smooth and the taste. I think it's a really good whiskey.
There was no bite.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I usually get a bite with mine.
Mm-mm.
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. And it's actually not very expensive. It's marked up because it's hard to find, but it's MSRP's for like 20, 30 bucks.
Yeah, we pay like 75, and that included shipping and everything for 2 bottles.
Oh, for two, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really not as expensive as it should be, in my opinion. Because for me, that's up there with Angel's Envy.
I would say this is better.
Eat shit.
I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Sorry that it differs than yours.
Your old man
Isn't
opinion.
that like the whole fucking point of the
I
podcast? Is
guess
for us to
so.
have differing opinions.
But we have similar opinions, though, too. We have both. We're both. Same,
Well,
but
I mean,
different.
yeah, like I'm pretty sure that most people you can find some things that you agree on. Like everybody agrees that pedophiles are bad.
Except for the pedophiles.
No, even they agree because they don't want to get found out.
That's true. Oh,
All right. Shots against. Mine actually happened on my way home from football practice tonight, so I have mine locked, loaded, and ready to go.
I've got mine. I got this.
All right.
So, this shot against is to people who are so inconsiderate that they won't hold the door open for an elderly couple walking into the Cheesecake Factory with walkers. This dude just barrels past them, opens the door, and just keeps going. And like they're struggling just to walk to the door, let alone try to open the door. That just really ground me down real bad.
Really grind your gears.
It really fucking did. I was more than a little upset. And yeah, so to this guy or any woman like that, go fuck yourself.
I am proud to say that both of my children will like rush ahead to open the door and hold it for.
Everybody.
There are bad times for it though, when there's a line of like 70 people coming out and they just want to stand there and hold the door, and it's like, come on, we got to go. Like,
We're doing stuff. Let's go.
so.
I can see that.
But
I've seen them do that. Yeah.
oh yeah, they like.
That's how you know you're raising them right, though. I like it.
So. All right. My shot against is going to lazy drivers when turning. You ever get those people that like if you go another 10 feet and then take your turn, we're completely fine. But they want to take this like super sharp turn because they don't want to apparently put in the extra effort to have to turn their steering wheel a little bit more. And so then they cut into your lane and almost hit you, and then they fucking glare at you.
They do
Like,
that.
what are you doing? And it's like, motherfucker, you got your own fucking lane. Get over there and turn into it.
Just
That fucking
be
shit pisses me off.
an adult.
So, learn how to fucking turn. Go fuck yourself.
Learn how to drive. But I've got real bad driving down here, so
That's because your road system.
it's not. It's a fine road system. It's just
It's
fine.
not.
It's just fine. You're
Go,
an old man.
go drive in anywhere else in the country.
I
The road
have.
systems.
I've driven
road
into
systems
other
are 10
countries.
The road systems are 10 times better.
They're okay.
They're better. They are.
Mm-mm.
Much.
Mm-mm.
Mas grande.
The only one thing that I've seen that not a lot of places have in country is roundabouts, actually.
Yeah,
talking
we're
about
starting to get those up
driving.
here.
A little bit, some here, but most people don't know how to drive on them, so I'm scared
Yeah.
to have roundabouts.
Yeah.
I like them. I think they're nice.
People still don't know how to use one-way streets, and those have been around forever.
Since
So-
before cars.
Yeah. When you're walking on a sidewalk or in the grocery store, do you follow the same rules of the road where you have to be on the right-hand side?
Yes.
Okay.
It
I was gonna yell at you right now if you didn't.
just makes things easier.
I fucking hate people so much going into Costco or walking anywhere, and everybody wants to be like, just stop your cart, go grab your thing from the other side, come back. It's not that hard. And you get fucking 2 lines of people going down the same way, and it's like, and then they look at you funny, like, oh, what are you doing here?
Yeah, like, why are you
can't-
coming this way?
I can't get by you now. Well, yeah, that's because you're supposed to be on the other fucking side, jackass.
It pisses off my girlfriend to no end. But she'll like say something about it, so I gotta watch that. She'll get me in a fight
Yeah.
one day. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. And it's Texas. You guys, I mean, this is the early 2000s or 2020. She can fight for herself.
No. Nope. And I don't fight fair. I pull hair. I punch in the teeth. Like,
Would you punch a woman for your girlfriend?
yes.
Okay.
Just being honest. I don't want to.
Actually,
I don't want to.
You know,
I don't want
there was
to.
no hesitation there. Like,
No. Let me put this into a
Would you take-
perspective.
would you take the first punch on a
No.
woman?
No, I
Okay.
wouldn't swing first.
Okay.
On a dude that's bigger than me? Yeah. Yeah, we're swinging first.
Well,
It's the only way I'm gonna win.
A dude's a different story.
Well, let me put this into perspective for you. It was given to me in a skit that I saw in an article, and it was a scenario where you had like a family of four dangling by their fingertips on a cliff, and your significant other 10 feet away from them dangling by their fingertip cliffs on the cliff, right? And like you have to choose one. And the guy's answer was, I would step on every finger walking to my girlfriend. Especially if I don't know them, whatever. Her first, then I'll come get your kids, then I'll come get you.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not going to be a popular answer, but oh well.
What if they were your kids?
Well, kids first, then significant other.
Okay.
Just because she would kill me if I didn't save the kids first.
That's the only reason?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know what that feeling is. I'm trying to like equate it to like my nephews. So
What about them?
them first. Yeah, them first. I like those
But you
little
can always have
bastards.
more kids.
I mean, yeah, but it won't be the same ones. What if the kids you do have are like little shits?
What if they
Like,
come out better?
but what if they come out worse? I don't know if I'm willing to
What
take
if
that
they?
gamble.
But you've learned now. I mean, you've gotten so much better at what you're doing.
Have I? What if I get
I would
worse?
imagine. How would you get worse?
Laziness.
I don't think so.
I've seen it. Parents get lazy after they get like 8 deep.
Well, yeah, 8. And that's only if they didn't lose any. Maybe if they lost one, they'd fucking shape up a little bit.
Oh yeah. What were they doing next to a cliff anyways?
You know?
Yeah.
Dodging.
Like in the scenario where your family's dangling off a cliff, I'd save your boys first, then your wife, and then I'd save you.
Yeah.
If I had to pick an order. Realistically, I'd save the kids, like one hand each, and try to have like or like try to get you up too, so that you could help me and get everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, really nitpicking it, but really, I would still go for the kids first because we've agreed that I will take them if I win the lottery. So,
And I die. You don't
yes,
just put my
I
kids to
just
win the
they're
lottery.
just like, all right, come on, we're moving. That'd be awesome.
um, well, because we kind of got into this, that actually brings up something that this is the serious thing that I brought up to with you beforehand.
Hmm.
And I'm still so I'm the type of person when I get information, I like to think about it, especially if I have time to think about it. And I like to look at a lot of different angles. I'm not one to just rush right in, and especially if it's not a problem that I think I can like. Obviously, it's something that I think I can fix immediately, then I will. But if it's not something that I think I can fix immediately, I like to think about it, get different opinions, and have conversations about it. And so I want your thoughts on this. So we've recently started the new school year.
Yes.
My sons obviously all have new teachers with it being a new school year.
Hmm.
And my oldest, who is 10, was with his mom last week. They ran somewhere. It was a Thursday. They ran somewhere this last Thursday. And they ran to get supper because she was doing something. We had football practice, and I took the youngest home to take a shower. She took the oldest with her to go get supper. It was Culver's. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Um, and she gets home and she's like, "Well, tell your dad what you told me." I'm like, "Okay." And he proceeds to tell me that he has cried at school the last 4 days
Hmm.
because of his teacher yelling at the class
It's a little weird.
and like yelling at him. I think it was only at him once or twice,
Okay.
but just, I mean, like
I
yelling at the class.
I could
And
see
I mean, go ahead, sorry.
knowing him as much as I do, I could see him getting maybe into trouble for being a little mischievous, right? But I could never see him being in enough trouble to where he needs to be yelled at.
Not at
Personally,
school.
not at
Like
school.
at home, he'd get on the shit list, but I don't know. They say
We
that
all
that's
do.
kind of a good thing is because they're supposedly so comfortable with you that they feel the okayness to act out.
Okay, I never heard that one, but all right.
Apparently, I need to put him more on fucking edge so he doesn't feel as comfortable to act out.
Come here.
But yeah, I mean, and I know he's on a little bit more of the sensitive side, but like he said that his teacher will like scream at you, like yell at them because people are talking.
It's a little much.
And
there's tools
like,
that they teach you at teacher college to.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
And
granted, not an excuse
then,
for bad behavior, but talking
no.
isn't bad behavior. It means you don't have control of your classroom.
And she said that like she asked him, they had to stand up and answer a question. I don't even remember what it was now. And he stood up and gave his answer, and she just went nope, and then went on to the next person, and like didn't give him a chance to ask questions. And he sat down and cried because of that too.
That was not. I mean, it's not right, but it's not.
Well, from the way he described it, is she was not nice with how she said no. It wasn't like a nice no. She was like an angry no. And I will say, I've noticed that he's becoming more sensitive to body language.
Mm-hmm.
Because I sigh a lot. Like,
well,
just when I'm doing
old.
something, I'm old. But I just, I'll be carrying something down the stairs and I'm just like, because fucking carrying shit downstairs or carrying shit upstairs. And he's like, Dad, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing's wrong. Why? It's like, well, you sighed. I'm like, yeah, fucking carrying shit. I don't want to be carrying shit. That's how it is.
That's cool, though. That's actually really cool and really interesting.
Part of me is kind of like, it's maybe a good thing that I think every kid could, especially nowadays, could use some toughening up,
Yeah. Oh.
But at the exact same time, I don't want like some teachers are fucking just screaming at him either.
That's not what the classroom environment's for.
Well, exactly.
Go
lay
down.
So I'm a little uncertain on what to do with it and how to proceed.
I would bring it up for sure, like with administration, because he's probably not the only one complaining to you about it, right? And you might just be one of several parents that are questioning, should I be the one to talk first? Like, and not like as a formal complaint or anything, be like, hey, my son said he's been crying a lot in this class because of this reason, to administration. Can we just see what's going on? And that's all you really have to do now, at least, just like a baby step. Just so it's, and also so it's just on the record.
Yeah.
Because maybe this is a new hire teacher and she's had this issue in other districts before,
I don't think she has. I think she's been there a while.
Or maybe she's had this issue with other classes before.
Yeah.
And I'm all about tough love, but a learning environment is a learning environment. And even in the military, we don't, like, we have a classroom setting all the time, and we don't yell, we don't, belittle or do any of the stuff you usually see in that environment, because this is where you should make mistakes and you should learn. It's just not indicative to learning if you do that. So there's a right time and place for it. Sports, perfect time and place to build some character. Classroom, not the time and place.
Yeah.
So I would bring it up with somebody.
And I'll be honest, I'm gonna be a little bit sneaky because they have hearing and vision tests this Thursday, and I volunteered to walk students to and from. So I'm gonna be at the school for like 3 hours, and I might have to pop on by, see what's going on.
God bless that teacher if you catch her in the act.
Oh.
Like doing something that's wrong.
You know how you said you'd hit a woman?
Yeah.
I'd hit a teacher.
Yeah, I would too. I don't even have kids yet. I don't know. Again, the whole sense of morality thing, and their psychologists have been discussing it for thousands of years. I just personally feel a certain way about certain things. And I'm okay with that about myself.
Well, somebody's got to have a right opinion. Might as well be me.
Guess that's the way to think about it. Oh, no. Well, yeah. I mean, Oh, by the way, so my coworker James might want to come onto the podcast and talk about Dungeons and Dragons and a couple other things. So I told him about it, and they actually have a small following because they record their D&D sessions and post highlights on YouTube and other social media formats. So
Okay.
just a little fun fact. We talked about this, and he said, "Oh, I'd love to, talk and get on there." And I'm like, "Sure." Figured you'd be okay with
Oh,
it.
so you just whore us out now. Just
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I do.
if you can get in good with the guys at work, like
Hell
go ahead,
yeah,
spread my cheeks.
them meeting you is gonna get me in good with them. That's how
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
obviously.
Okay. If anything, they're gonna like me less. I'm gonna come into the common room and they're all just gonna like scatter, not want to talk to me
So
after meeting you.
is that after meeting me?
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to sit in my room for the rest of my career by myself, playing Civ with you
Well,
during the day.
well,
That actually sounds kind of nice.
knowing you, it's only going to be about another 6 months before you're done there. So, I
You
mean,
never know. I like to, you know, my plan. I don't plan on actually. If I could, I'd work. If I could, if it paid better, I'd work there probably for the rest of my life. That's how much I
for the
like the
rest of
job.
your life,
That's how much I like that job.
hey, to each their own.
Yeah, it's it's nice, and I think it's something you would also would like. Just the format of it. You know, you get to hang out and do whatever you want to do until it's go time, and then you do something that you're trained to do, and that's awesome, and it makes you feel good, and then you go back to relaxing. It's nice. It's not a bad gig.
Yeah,
There's bad parts to it, but that's why I'm in therapy.
like dead people.
Yeah, that's why I'm in therapy.
Is that why?
No, there's a whole lot of reasons. I moved to once a month. No, once every 3 months.
Is that
I'm like,
even therapy anymore?
that's the
That's just
point.
like a fucking.
That's the point of therapy, is to make you not need it. That's how you know you have a good therapist when they start weaning you off of therapy.
That's how you. That's how a dentist knows that he's going broke is when he starts weaning you off.
Of dentistry. I go every six
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
I like having
Or
clean
a
teeth.
chiropractor.
Well, see, I've always wanted to go just because I want to feel the snap, crackle, pop. But I wouldn't be
Hmm.
one of those people that goes like every week. I just want to go like once.
Yeah,
So I
it's
have
an
a question.
option.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Do you like getting your back or head scratched?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Exactly. Why is there not a person that does that? We have masseuses and chiropractors and all these things. Why is there not a back scratching person?
Because do you want your back scratched for a half an hour?
I guess that's fair. Maybe like max 5, 10 minutes. I'll fall asleep.
I saw a thing where they actually do. They have somebody who's like a professional head like scratcher and massager.
I'd go to that. Well, I mean, but if you go to any like sports clips will do it, you know.
Yeah, they do it a little bit.
No, I make sure to express my interest in getting a shampoo and then really getting in there. And I
Express my
and
interest.
I tip really, really well. And now all the ladies there know I tip really well, but that I really like a good, thorough washing.
What do you consider really well?
At least 3 to 5 minutes.
No. What do you consider really well for a tip?
For a haircut, it's a $17 haircut. I tip $8. Yeah,
That's real. Okay.
I don't remember the exact math, but it was like based off of percentages, and like
It's
it's
like 40%.
a hefty percentage, but not too much, but a hefty percentage. And I've expressed interest on them just offering shampoo services because I would go in. I'd spend $10 just to go in and get my head rubbed.
Where do you tip anywhere? Do you have
What
a
do you,
line of like where you'll tip at and where you won't?
uh, yes
Or
and no. Typically, my minimum's 20%.
no, 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 no.
Oh,
Like locations wise. Like if you go in, let's say you order food to go from a bar and you go in and pick it up. Are you tipping?
at a bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tip.
Even if you just ordered food to go, you didn't get a beer there, you just ordered food to go and are leaving.
Yes, but not a big tip.
How big?
At that point, probably about 10%.
How about at a buffet?
For the waitress?
Yeah, all they do is take away your empty plates and bring you drinks.
Well, I'll still tip the regular.
Still go 20%?
Mm-hmm.
How about
Because with me at a buffet, she's fucking working. All right, she's taking away a lot of empty plates and refilling my fucking Coke a lot.
how about at
Hey, what are you doing? Go lay down.
like let's say you go to like an ice cream store where it's couple bucks, $3-4 for an ice cream cone, and they have the option to tip. Are you tipping there?
Tip like $1.
Okay. You're way more generous than I am.
That's actually, yeah, I have a problem about that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad about buying and
say
paying for
if
stuff.
I'm spending $23 on a meal and I have to go get my own food, you don't get a tip.
I give a tip.
Nope.
It's not even social pressure for me. It's just, hey, you're out here. I'm sure this sucks. Here's some cash.
I guess you probably have a little bit more disposable income than I do.
Yeah, I think that's the big kicker on that one.
But like I hate it. Like we've got a local little ice cream place that we go to, and I pay with my card, and they're like, "Well, you've got the option for 18% tip or 20% tip or no tip."
I wouldn't.
And I'm like, "Fuck off. Get out of here."
You could put other and just put $1, like usually.
Yeah. I put no tip.
Oh, I'll tip. I'll give them $1. Like what's $1 to me?
Huh? What if you took that dollar every time and you saved it for yourself? Why don't you deserve a dollar tip?
How often are you getting ice cream?
Once every couple of weeks.
Oh, I don't get ice cream ever.
Oh. Wait till you live with your significant other.
She doesn't really like ice cream. We both don't like sweets.
That's what she says now.
I've seen it. We both don't like sweets.
I've gone to get ice cream during a blizzard because my wife is like, I really want ice cream.
Now,
and I'm like, it's fucking 30 degrees. It's 13 degrees outside. What are you talking about?
I have left at like midnight, 1 o'clock to go get her cheesy bread.
Yeah.
It's a very similar thing. But her and I are both the same in that we prefer savory and salty over sweet.
Yeah.
Just a personal preference.
I like
I mean, you know what my fucking favorite snack is? Oscar Mayer lunch meat.
Whiskey.
Well, yeah, that too. But Oscar Mayer lunch meat. Like the yellow package that's like a square, the shittiest lunch meat you can find. Just eat it like that. Fold it, roll it. Oh my God, with a little cheese in it.
The amount of sodium that you're fucking intaking with that.
Oh yeah. Super bad for me. And fat. It's a lot of fat. That's my
I used to work
guilty
with a
pleasure.
guy that would eat those fucking. Do you ever see those like ready to go meals and they don't even have to be refrigerated, but they've got meat in them?
You mean like the tuna
like
and the chicken?
They're like Salisbury steak and potatoes and.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You don't have to refrigerate them because they put so many fucking preservatives in them, and they're good for like 19 years.
You mean it's basically an MRE?
He would eat fucking one of those every day with like 3 rows of saltine crackers.
Hell, I could eat that. I could do that.
Gross.
Just like SpaghettiOs and ravioli and all that other stuff. It's the same shit.
At least it's in a can for those. Like I feel, and I don't know.
I feel worse that it's in a can.
Why? Canning is a fucking process.
I guess so.
You ever canned anything?
No, I'm not white. I've never canned shit.
So you're telling me that Mexicans have ever fucking canned
give me
food?
one person of color you know that has canned something. One.
You're the only one I know.
That's so bad. You're really not helping yourself on this one, my friend. Do I want to get into canning? Yes, because my girlfriend has a bunch of fruit trees.
Well, that's because your girlfriend's white.
Yeah.
No, but you can't say that that's because of your Mexican. Like, people throughout history have had to do this.
I don't think Mexicans really do. I don't even think we fermented anything besides
Then how did they keep their
agave.
food good?
They just ate it.
That's not how it works.
No, but seriously, I don't think our culture really canned or jarred anything. There's different ways to preserve, but it was a lot of drying and smoking. Not a lot of, and we didn't eat things with a lot of vinegar, I don't think either. I
You
was
don't have to have vinegar. Doesn't have to be a part of the canning
No,
process.
but like the pickling process, and that's where it started, and like you know what I mean? Like I just don't think culturally that was a big thing for us. Did we ferment? Yes. Barbacoa, like we'd
I
bury heads and stuff.
I think heads.
Yeah, like beef or pig heads.
Oh, I think you need to do some research into your culture,
I
and
think I
next
do
time we
too.
meet, I want you to give me some information.
I think my
Or
dog.
we need to get an egg in the chair so they can look that kind of stuff up.
I agree. Which I don't know what she's doing right now. She's gonna be bye-bye for a while. And I think
Yeah.
my dog has to take a dump, but he can wait 30 minutes. And it's raining, so. Um, but yeah, no, I don't get me wrong. I think it's weird that we really didn't do that, but I love vinegar in general. I'm a vinegar fiend, which is why my favorite hot sauce is Tabasco. Fun fact. It's very vinegary.
It is.
Um, God, I was gonna say something. Oh, you know what I'm gonna have for lunch this weekend with Holly? We're going to the Dog Father. Dog Father. It is a
More hot dogs.
it is a restaurant that the only thing they serve is hot dogs and a corn dog, but the corn dog's like that wide, like, you know. Oh
They
yeah.
don't have a. Do they have a corn clucker?
What is that?
It's the thing that you made up the last time we spoke. Remember how we were talking about corn dogs? And there was no other thing that could go inside of a corn dog except for,
Chicken.
yeah, it was a corn clucker is
Corn
what you called
clucker.
it.
I don't remember that. I do now, but I didn't.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
I know. I got the memory of a goldfish. I don't know what you want to tell you. I don't. I remember it now that you brought it up, but like that was completely wiped from my brain. You could have taken that and ran with it.
Where am I going to run with it to?
Get the process of the corn clucker down. Start selling it at state fairs, right? Like county fairs and stuff, where they sell like deep fried Oreos and stuff. Corn cluckers, you know, broadband it, advertise it, then go from there, get an ad deal and a distribution deal, and start going from there and push it out and make it a Midwestern thing, right? Make it a cultural phenomenon, and then go from there.
Would it have to? It almost have to be like a chicken nugget then.
But a cornbread chicken nugget,
Yeah,
which could be
obviously.
good.
The corn clucker.
Yeah, could be good.
Go cluck yourself.
Go cluck yourself. That's the company slogan. Go cluck yourself.
That's our motto.
I'm gonna
You
go get a
deserve
hot dog
you
that's
deserve
wrapped.
to cluck yourself.
So this weekend though, I'm gonna get a hot dog wrapped in bacon, deep fried, and covered in hot Cheeto dust.
Have you watched that movie?
No, I haven't. I can't. What's it on? I don't know where to find it.
Amazon Prime.
Oh,
I
really?
think. Or maybe it's Hulu. Maybe Hulu.
I have both. I'll pull it up this week because I'll be at the station. I need something on the
Flamin'
background.
hot.
Because it was a janitor that came up with it, right?
It was.
And like his life didn't improve drastically from then, did it? Like
No,
he
it
just.
did.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good story. And
Oh.
it has the guy from the Allstate commercials, with the super.
Oh, Snake Doc from the unit.
Yep,
Did you ever watch that?
I did.
That's a
I was
pretty
really
good
sad
show.
that show went off.
I don't
I like
watch.
I really like military shows like that.
You'd like Army Wives. My parents watched it. My dad said it was good enough for him to watch, and my mom said it was good enough for her to watch. So it was like a happy medium.
Um, the most recent one we've been watching is SEAL Team 6.
My parents watched that, and apparently it's really good.
I
Oh
like
yeah,
it. Good show.
I don't like watching military shows.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, let me watch a show about people who do things that are cooler than what I do. Fuck you.
mean, you could do that.
No, I couldn't.
You could.
No, I couldn't. Know your limits, right? Although, if I could go to space, I would.
Well, your migrant worker hero showed you that that's possible.
He did. He did. Brings up a great question.
Hmm.
Say Elon is like, hey, we're going to send 15 families to Mars to colonize to start. You'll get a new family a new 15 every year, but you'll never come back to Earth. But you're going to start the colonization of Mars. Would you do it?
Ain't no fucking red.
I would I would do it right
Ain't no
away.
red.
I would do it right away. You kidding me? That would be so badass. Really?
I wouldn't do that to my kids.
I, they'd meet new people.
Would they?
Yeah, 15 families.
Yeah. They have 15 families to choose from.
But every year 15
Good
more
luck,
come.
boys. Good luck.
Every year 15 more come.
That's the plan right now.
I guess
We
that's
all
fair.
we all know how that goes. We've seen Idiocracy. They were supposed to be frozen in their chambers for a year.
Isn't that movie the reason why Crocs are so big?
It 100% is.
Yeah, like, and I love my Crocs. I wear them every day.
Everybody does.
They're cozy. They're comfortable. You're telling me you wouldn't like? Okay, well, let's reel it back. Say you got a
Mhm.
free ticket to orbit the planet, like in one of those space ventures that they're planning.
I'd do that.
You do that? Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
something, I guess. I've had a desire to go to space since I was a little kid. Like, I want
I
to
have
go to
not.
space.
I'd go to cool places.
I don't
Like
understand that.
like if you told me that they were paying families a ton of money to go live in Alaska, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
It's kind of cold. Mooses are mean, but
Yeah. They die from a bullet.
you know, there is an agency that does give you a livable wage to go move to other places and do a job that they train you for.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big agency too. Well funded. Like, they'll never lose funding.
Yeah, I know. I pay for some of it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You caught what I was getting to. Damn it.
They also pay for college too.
They do pay for college and your health care. Your health care is covered. You go to cool
Yeah.
places, pay for your
Yeah.
college.
Remember, we've already talked about this. I'm too old now.
No, you're not. You're almost too old.
The age cutoff is.
42.
Oh, I'm not too old. I'm not going to fucking basic training though.
We had a guy we called Pops at basic training because he was 32.
You want to know who that was?
Who?
The okayest streamer.
It
Grant.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Really?
I'm to seeing if I was right about the 42. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
No, you're not. You're responding to a text message.
Can't join the military. It's literally right here. Oh, fuck. No, I was wrong. It's 30. Oh, wait, no.
37.
Nope. 39. 39 for the Air Force. To commission in the military. Because officers is different. Come on. 48.
48.
48 for a commission in the Air Force. So that
Yeah.
is you do need an education, but yes, 48.
Yeah, I don't have one. I don't have one of those.
Because we have some old timers at my unit,
Yeah, I believe it.
but yeah, 48.
But by old timers, you probably mean people that are my age
Yes, in their 40s.
that went through basic in their 30s,
Yeah. Well,
mid 20s, and have been in for fucking 15 years already.
my chief right now actually just turned 61.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
and
there's got to be some old people.
he's been in for like a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you time out after a certain amount of time, which is fair. You know, you don't want old people in your military. No offense.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
think
don't
your
want
mouth.
old people. I don't want old people cops and firefighters either.
It's fair. Well, you
You
do,
know?
but you don't want them doing the grunt work.
Yeah, you
You
want
want
them leading the grunts.
yes. Because
Yeah.
I have met some firefighters that are old and fat and grumpy, but they know their shit down to a T. It's everything they've done for the past like 40 years,
Yep.
and they've got it down. So, mad respect to the old timers.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I don't want you to have to like physically do all that stuff.
It's fair. That's what the young guys are
Maybe
for.
not even for me, mainly for you.
Yeah, that's what the young bloods are for. I don't know. There's nothing better than like an old nurse too, like an old Filipina nurse. They're the funniest. And
Why she gotta be Filipino?
have you ever been in a hospital?
I generally try to avoid them.
I think it's like a cultural phenomenon that they push for nursing, because there's a lot of Filipino and Filipino nurses, which is not a bad thing at all. I'll take all the nurses we can get, honestly. But like a really old Filipino nurse knows her shit down to a T and doesn't take shit from any of the patients or the patients' families. Funniest shit ever, and it works.
Fair enough.
I mean, Filipinos are just the Mexicans of Asia, so
And Ireland is the Texas of Europe.
is it?
Hmm. It's another thing we've talked about on this show.
I'm sure I'm sure it is. But this is a show you make me drink for, so
I don't make you do anything. You've taken one shot voluntarily at this point.
yeah, I did. I did do that one. Yeah, no, yeah. I'll probably do another one.
Ugh. You and your tiny dog.
He's not tiny. He's 45
He's-
pounds.
He's fucking tiny.
He's 45 pounds. He's big. You big, puppies. You big. He's a good dog. You met him. He's a great dog.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Yeah, say it louder. Oh, come here.
All right, will he hear it through the AirPods?
Maybe. Dogs have good hearing. Okay, so I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What fictional character impacted you the most when you were a kid? And it might be the same answer as mine. So,
It's not going to be the same answer as yours. Wyatt Earp. Even though he's not a fictional character, but way he was portrayed to me was fictional.
who?
Wyatt Earp.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Wyatt Earp is?
I don't think so. Well, come on.
The famous lawman of the West. He was in the shootout at the OK Corral. He was in Tombstone, Arizona.
Is it from Tombstone? Like the movie?
The movie?
With
Yeah.
Huckleberry?
Yeah, that's Kurt Russell played Wyatt Earp. He was also had another movie. He's a real person. He had another movie made about him with Kevin Costner playing him, where it was just called Wyatt Earp.
Not something that I really invested time into, especially not as a kid. So
Tombstone's probably one of the best movies ever made.
it's a good. I honestly haven't seen it in over 10 years. Like it's a good movie,
It's
probably.
so good.
Like
Probably.
speaking Latin and stuff. Like it's a good movie. It's been a while. Hey, look, I watched The Slam and Salmon. Okay, I don't want to get
Yeah.
shit from you.
And it was worth it, wasn't it?
It was a good movie. I
It
still
was
think
a funny movie.
I still think Beer Fest is better than The Slam and Salmon.
I think if you had people to talk with about the Slam and Salmon and like quote the movie with, you would find it a lot more funny.
You could do that with Beer Fest though. The same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I just think Beer Fest is a funnier movie.
Okay.
Do I
Everybody's
think
entitled to their own opinion.
the
Yours
Slam
is
and
just wrong.
the Slam and Salmon was a funny movie? I was laughing. I was texting you while I was watching it.
At one point, he says, "Meat drapes."
He does.
Guy Meat Drapes. Who is Guy Meat Drapes? And he says,
Medrapes.
it's actually pronounced Medrapes. Meat Drapes. Why doesn't it sound like that when I say it?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's funny.
That was the funny. Because that was a fucking awesome line.
It was probably ad-libbed, actually, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Which, yes, it's funny. Just still think Beer Fest is more quotable and a funnier movie overall.
I'm gonna disagree with you.
And it has something that I can relate to. I can't relate to running a restaurant. I can relate to drinking beer.
Okay.
Give Beer Fest a watch again. When the grandma's jerking off sausage? Come on.
I've watched Beer Fest several times. I think it's a great movie. It's really funny.
I guess
I just
everyone's
think the same
entitled
with
to their own
Salmon's
opinions.
funnier.
Listen, so the character that impacted me the most as a kid, who do you think it is? It's a cartoon, and there's fighting. It's an
Do you
easy
want
one.
do you want me to give you what I really think it is?
Yeah, give it.
Was it Speedy Gonzalez?
That's so fucked up. That's before my time, too. It's
You
like
could
a
watch cartoons all the time. Like it doesn't have to be like for your time. Like, didn't you ever watch the Pink Panther growing up?
no,
Never.
no. That shit was on Boomerang. We couldn't afford Boomerang. That's how old it was.
We had cable, and they played that kind of shit.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like we
I
didn't have streaming when I was growing up, so we
we
watched what
didn't
was on
either. We
TV.
watched what was on TV, and what was on TV was relevant for the time.
So you've watched episodes of Pepe Le Pew.
No, I know it's a skunk, and it
Mhm.
wants to fuck a cat, and that's
He's a
about.
and he's kind of a rapist. Like
He's
now
kind of
that you
creepy.
look back on it, he's super creepy.
I did see some Looney Tunes stuff, like Space Jam, right? But Looney Tunes were kind of past their prime when I was a kid. So I got a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cartoon Network in its prime, Disney Channel in its prime, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Codenames Kids Next Door. Um, Anime was actually starting to come out and be a little more prevalent. So like Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha, stuff like that. I didn't get the old Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls. I got a little bit of it, right, with Cartoon Network late at night, but that was about it. So I know who Johnny Bravo is. I've seen a couple episodes, same for the Powerpuff Girls, but it wasn't a staple of my childhood. I watched the fucking Jackie Chan animated cartoon,
There was a Jackie Chan animated cartoon.
and it was really good.
Oh, I bet.
It was,
Anything with Jackie Chan's good.
yeah, it was actually really fucking good. It's like it was he did all the voice lines for his character. It was fucking awesome. But I didn't get the older cartoons. I know who Yosemite Sam is and Bugs and Daffy, but I've never actually seen them
How about
play.
Foghorn Leghorn? Do you know who Foghorn Leghorn is?
No,
He was the big chicken. If you look him up, you might not recognize him, but a lot of people don't know what his real name is. So
no, don't even know who you're talking about. That's just my childhood. And then I came up in the area which I thought was really cool of the Disney Channel original movies when I was a kid, and those movies were the shit. Like they were one shots, like this dude who played basketball that would turn into a leprechaun because he was a leprechaun. It sounds so stupid, but my kid brain at the time thought it was the best thing ever. Like and Disney Channel would come up with a movie every few weeks, and it
did you
was
watch
just
the
awesome.
Air Bud series?
I watched all of them bitches. I saw him go through every sport. Imagine the drive home as that father of the losing team who's like, it's a fucking
we
dog.
we just lost to a golden retriever.
And my sister, which is a really cool cultural disconnect and connect, I watched Air Bud growing up, and she watched Air Buddies, which was about his puppies.
They had to keep it going, milk
They
that train for all they can.
they did for a little bit. They really tried. I watched Big Bad Beetleborgs. I'm sure you watched Power Rangers.
No, I didn't watch Power Rangers.
Yeah,
I did
my
for a little bit, not much.
my brother did too. Uh,
So, the show that impacted you the most growing up,
the
willing to bet
character.
you're gonna. The character Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. No,
No,
Michelangelo.
bitch. No, was not the Ninja Turtles. We'll put it into more of a perspective. It was aired on Cartoon Network at night.
Doesn't help me at all. I
You
don't know
don't
what was on Cartoon Network at night for you.
you don't know Toonami?
No.
Oh God, Matt, you're so old. Toonami was a a thing that Cartoon Network did starting from 8 o'clock, I think, till about midnight, where they played things that were a little more edgy, which means
Oh.
they played anime.
Oh. I watched Ren and Stimpy
That was a fucked up show.
and Beavis and Butthead
That was a bad show.
and Rocco's Modern Life. Cat Dog.
Cat Dog was good. I watched Cat Dog and the Rugrats.
Rugrats is okay. They've really ruined that.
With the all grown up Rugrats.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
It got weird. But so anime. 90s anime.
Goku.
It was Goku, yes. I knew you'd narrow it down eventually. Goku was the biggest impact on my young life. You know. So glad we got all of that out before we got to this very small little thing, but yeah.
Why was Goku?
Because he did the right thing, but he also did his own thing. He did what he wanted to do. Goku never.
Was it in Dragon Ball Z or which
It
Dragon
was
Ball?
so Dragon Ball was before my time, so it was Dragon Ball Z, and then
Okay,
I watched
but
Naruto too.
he's missing so much in Dragon Ball Z.
But he's not.
Like
Well, he
half
come
of Dragon Ball Z is like waiting for him to get there. Like I would say 75%. I would say he's not in 75% of the episodes.
Probably not.
Because everybody else is fighting, waiting for him to either heal or get there or come back to life or do something that he needed to do.
But you know what he always did? He saved the day
Got beat up for a while and then figured out how to get stronger to win.
and saved the day. Yes. That was my big thing, and but Goku's thing was that he always just did what he wanted. Right? He did what he wanted to do, and he didn't let anyone else's opinions. I mean, a big green man with no dicks raised his son. So, fun fact that the
Why does he
Namekians
have
don't
any dicks?
Namekians don't have genitalia.
I suppose they just fucking
Lay
split
eggs.
and that's how they have kids.
They lay eggs through their mouth. It's a thing, and it's just them, but later. It's weird, but yeah. So Namekians don't have kids, so he doesn't have a dick. But
You really get in on the reproductive systems
of everything, I'm really interested.
Yeah.
No, but Goku was an absentee father, like. But my big thing is, especially as a kid, because you're selfish when you're a kid, is he just did what he wanted to do. But he still always came back and saved the day for his friends and family. And like that speech he gave Frieza when he turned into a Super Saiyan, like, I am the light that casts away the darkness, they were pulling off of like Superman at that time. But I thought it was really cool and it really resonated with me as a kid to be the guy who helps the little guy. And the little guy was just Krillin. I mean, realistically.
Oh, it's Krillin.
It's always Krillin. But which, if you think about it, Krillin's like a fucking monster. Like Krillin could body most people in most universes. But yeah,
Yeah. Then yeah.
it's just one of those things. It really hit me a lot as a kid, Goku. So that's who it was.
Yeah.
I love Goku. And then they ruined
good
it with Dragon
character.
Ball GT.
Well, yeah. Now he can go into like super ultra mega.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Super Saiyan God Blue. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. All right? Get your facts straight before you start talking shit.
I've actually had to like curb my kids on like saying like we're going God mode and like everything was God something and I'm like you guys we're done saying that. We're not doing this.
It's a weird thing that they added in, but the storyline for Super isn't terrible. GT was worse for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing against it. I just had to curb that with my kids.
Yeah, they're just. You were telling me you didn't want to go Super Saiyan when you were a kid? You didn't stand in the
still wanna
shower
go Super
screaming?
Saiyan right now. I did not stand in the shower screaming.
I did. So I'm not. That's why I wasn't allowed to lock the bathroom door as a kid. So
Is that why? I didn't lock the bathroom door because I was scared the blob was going to come out of the drain and
The
fucking suck me up.
blob. I actually did see that.
I watched that when I was like 6 and
But-
it fucking terrified me for like 2 years.
You were afraid of the blob, but you weren't afraid of Pennywise coming through the drain? Because that got me for a while.
Pennywise didn't come through the drain. He came through sewers.
He came through the drain in the shower room in the first movie. No, in the locker
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, I suppose.
That got to me. When I was 5, actually, and I can picture it perfectly. We were going to see my cousin, who was just born, and I saw the scene in The Exorcist where Reagan's walking down the stairs upside down with blood coming out of her mouth, and that fucked me up for like 5 years.
Yeah, that's why my kids have not seen scary movies yet.
Which I
Like they
think is
haven't
a
seen
really good
it. They
idea.
haven't seen.
Yes, I think that's awesome. I think you should let them watch the scary movies on Disney Plus. Like Goosebumps is on there. Don't scary stories to tell in the dark. Like they're lower end, not actually that scary, but
Yeah.
will be terrifying for them to get them
Hmm.
into that like Halloween spirit. But yeah, don't. I watched a lot of scary movies as a kid, and they kind of fucked me up.
Hmm. Oh, I believe it.
Ooh, which
Didn't
by
you
the way, that should be our topic next week is to talk about scary movies.
scary movies? I don't watch a lot of scary movies.
I
It would be
watch,
hard, but
I
we
watch,
can.
I watch all of them. Holly and I already have tickets to see The Nun 2 next weekend.
The Nun 2.
Hmm.
So, kind of speaking of some of that stuff, like scary movies and paranormal and
Yeah.
things along those lines, um, or turning Super Saiyan, even for that matter. How much of that stuff do you think anything like that is possible?
Let me answer your question with an item. So, raised Catholic. I'm not a super spiritual person. We've talked about this before, but I do believe in higher power. Um, I've seen stuff, especially in like other countries, that kind of freaked me out. And like living in so many different houses, and a lot of those houses are on base, and they're like built in like the 60s and the 50s. You know, I've seen and heard stuff that you try to blame on like the cat, the dog, your brother. Um, so I kind of clung on to religion to help me get through it, whether or not it's real or not. Maybe I'm schizophrenic, don't know it yet. Um, but I have found that I find solace in a higher power. I literally have holy water on my bedside table because I'll wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like in a cold sweat, feeling like someone's watching me, feeling just gross, and so I'll dab with some on my like hands and like just have it on me, and just having that oh yeah, having that comfort makes a big deal for me. Like it's a big deal. And whether or not it actually helps, there's no scientific way to prove that.
Do you, well, yeah, I mean, obviously not. But do you like? So does one have to buy holy water? Do you just refill that when you need to, and then go to the church and be like, "Hey, Father, can you bless this for me, quick?"
So
Or how does? I'm really more curious about how one acquires bedside holy
so
water.
you don't have to buy it. It's given to you for free because it's the church and they'll do that. If you want anything blessed ever, you just need to take it to a church, talk to the priest there they live there, and be like, hey, can I'm just going through some stuff. Can you bless this for me? My bracelet that I've been wearing is blessed. I got it blessed. A friend of ours has been going through a tough time, and she said she's been seeing some stuff. And so I got something blessed for her, gave to her, and she says it's helped. It's definitely just something that's so nonchalantly dealt with in the church. They're just like, oh yeah, I'll bless that for you, and they say a prayer and they dip it in the holy water, and it's a thing. And as for the holy water itself, yeah, you can get it refilled. Like it's not a big
Does
deal.
it have to get re-blessed, or is like the bottle blessed, so then any water that goes into it is
You have
blessed?
to have the water blessed, not the bottle.
Okay, I'm generally asking here. Like
Yes,
I
the
mean,
water is blessed.
so it's the water that's blessed, not the container.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
It's got a little. It's from San
What
Juan.
about what about like non-evil things? But like, are there? Do you think there's people out there with superpowers? Do you think there's somebody that? Do you
They're
think people
act.
can actually read auras
They're
or see auras
so
or?
here's we'll take this actually in a scientific route. There are people out there with what can be considered superpowers. There's a dude in India who can't be killed by electricity. Like he's grabbed transformers. It's all on video. It's on Netflix. I actually think it's there's like a whole people with real superpowers. They're not really crazy super strength Superman powers, but this man literally has thousands of volts circulating through him, and he's fine. So technically,
Well,
there's people with
I
superpowers.
don't want to talk about stuff like that. That's just like an abnormality. I want to talk about people with like actual superpowers. Like, do you think there's somebody out there that can? Because like, if you could read minds, would you tell anybody?
No,
So was somebody born with that ability and they just don't fucking tell anybody?
Maybe. Possible.
Or somebody who can predict the future?
Uh, that one's been touched on in history with Nostradamus,
Yeah?
but he left it so vague that he
Maybe his.
predicted
But,
9/11.
but how do you know history isn't vague?
I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's history.
Well, but I mean, like, think of the worst thing in history as Hitler, right?
Okay, pretty bad.
Let's say that Nostradamus predicted this. What if no matter what, like, because obviously you believe in like a divine path with
Hmm.
God and things like that, correct? Well,
Yeah.
what if part of God's divine path was that the Holocaust had to happen?
Hey.
So if Hitler didn't happen, somebody else had to do it. So Nostradamus was able to predict it, but he just couldn't give those specifics because those specifics weren't nailed out. Because one little thing could have flipped, and instead of it being Hitler, it could have been
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber. I actually watched Die Hard today. It was on fucking TV.
It's not the season to watch Die Hard
One and
yet.
two. One and two.
It's not the season yet.
I know it's not. I was preparing myself for when it is season so I can watch it with my kids for the first time.
Oh, they
They're
haven't
old enough
seen
now.
it yet?
They're old enough now.
Oh, that's the best Christmas movie on the planet.
But do you think some of that stuff is actually out there?
I mean, I really don't know. I'll be honest with you, I really don't know or have an opinion if it is cool and if it isn't cool. Like it,
Do you want stuff like that to be out there? Do you want people with powers like that to be out there?
sure, it's interesting, it's cool. Doesn't bother
Right?
me.
But aren't you upset that you're not one of them?
Yeah, but just not my luck, you know?
I mean, what if that was one of the skills? Is that you're just super lucky?
Maybe my skill is that I can make the world's best quesadilla every time perfectly, but you know,
The
maybe.
best quesadilla every time.
So, have you seen that article about that and how magic used to exist in the world, right? Magic was a concept and a thing because it's seen in all cultures, right? Magic existed. It's gone away with the development of technology, but it's still there in
Hmm.
little trickles and where this motherfucker can just perfectly make the best nachos you have ever tasted every time. Or this motherfucker, for some reason, knows what's wrong with like he's a nurse and he can just always tell what's wrong with a patient. It's like magic exists, but it's just in these small little ways in everybody all the time. And I thought that was a really cool concept. It doesn't have to be this super cool, I can shoot laser beams out of my eyes and read your mind and fly. It should be
I don't
something.
consider that magic. I consider those superpowers. But
Well, it's
like
painted.
magic is like pulling a rabbit out of your hat.
I guess.
Like
I don't know.
making something appear out of nowhere.
I think of magic as like the D&D aspect of, you know, doing feats using an otherworldly power. Cool stuff. Cast fireball.
Mhm.
You know,
That'd be cool if I could fucking shoot fireballs. Even if they had to come out of my ass.
I already shoot fireballs out of my ass for the most part, so it's really not that.
That's a Braveheart reference if you didn't catch it.
I didn't watch Braveheart.
You've never watched Braveheart?
Mm-mm.
Ever? With
Nope.
Mel Gibson?
Nope.
Oh, you
Don't
don't
worry,
understand.
we're scheduled to watch it on Thursday because we just watched Conan the Barbarian on shift last time, which was a great movie. Jason Momoa, I liked it.
Wait, what?
Conan the Barbarian? It's Jason Momoa.
No.
Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, maybe the first one. This was the remake in like the
Yeah.
2010s with titties everywhere. Great movie. Lots of
Conan the
titties.
Barbarian was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Which I got a huge brief on Conan the
And I'm
Barbarian.
pretty sure Wilt Chamberlain was his sidekick, who was like 9 feet tall.
Which Conan the Barbarian is just the East, Western, Central, whatever the European word is for Sinbad. That's all that was.
The black guy?
Well, he's Arabian, but yeah. Like the tale of Sinbad. You know,
Sinbad's an actor.
Sinbad's a tale That's
Sin-
very old, a very old
Sinbad
tale.
actor.
Sinbad's a tale. The actor was named after the tale. It's like saying Hercules is an actor.
Hercules is a folk story about Zeus's son.
Sinbad is a folk story about an Arabian pirate.
Sinbad is an actor.
Sinbad's a story. Sinbad is
They
a
even
story.
reference him. They even reference him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'm pretty sure they're referencing the story, not the
No,
actor.
no, they're referencing the actor because Jake Peralta shows up late in different clothes, and he's like, "All my clothes got ruined in the dryer," and they're like, and he's like, "I had to borrow my clothes from my neighbor," and he's like, and Terry goes, "Who is your neighbor? Sinbad?" And he goes, "If my neighbor was Sinbad, I'd have a tattoo on my forehead that said Sinbad was my neighbor."
I don't even.
And I don't think that they were referring to the fucking folk story.
I don't remember that. And I. What did he look like?
Who?
What were the clothes?
They were big and baggy, kind of
That's from the fucking story.
almost like MC Hammer.
Yes, that's from the story, not the actor.
No, that's from the actor.
No, it's from the story. I'm gonna literally pull this up. You're telling me all of this is about the actor of Sinbad? All of these
That's a
stories?
cartoon.
They're because it's a fucking story. It's a story. Like there are thousands of Sinbads.
Yeah, you mean you know what? There's also thousands of every fucking name out there.
Yes, but they're talking about Sinbad the sailor. Like they're talking about a specific character, not a person. Yeah, I know who the actor is. It's they're not talking about the
There's
actor.
literally thousands.
Sinbad, 1001 Nights, 14th century manuscript. It's a story. Oh, I'm so mad you don't know who like the legitimate Sinbad is. That's one of
I
the
do. He's a good actor. I'm pretty sure he fought Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way.
he might have, I guess.
He did.
Wait, is that the one
He
where
did.
he's like the action hero?
No,
You trying to get
that's the
the
one where he's trying to get the action figure.
Yeah, great one. Great movie. Love
And
that one.
Sinbad was the mailman who was also trying to get it, and they fight each other the whole time.
We're going to talk about this later, but we're way past time.
Yeah, we are, but it's okay because it was a special Monday night session.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just mad you don't know who Sinbad is. Like, there's so many
I'm
adaptations
well
of.
aware of who Sinbad
Do
is.
you know who
He's
was based off of Sinbad?
his dad.
Aladdin. It was based off the story of Sinbad.
Oh, I don't know why I thought of this. We were talking about Sinbad and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but do you remember the episode where they were? It was a Halloween heist episode where they were talking about the '92 Dream Team, and they each had their own version of who the '92 Dream Team was. Obviously, everybody else was referring to the basketball team, but Holt had his own '92 Dream Team, which was like
A bunch of Yeah, it was a
two
bunch.
singers at the beginning of the Olympics, and then Boyle's like, "Oh, kind of like the '92 Dream Team," and Amy's like, "You're not referring to the basketball team, so who's the '92 Dream Team to you?" And he goes, "Uh, Aladdin and can't think of the monkey's name right now.
I can't think of the monkey's name either.
Abu, Aladdin and Abu,
Apu. Oh no, it was
Abu,
Abu. It was Abu. Yeah, no,
Abu."
you're right.
Yeah, you just went super racist by saying Apu.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't give a shit. Did you see that India actually landed on the moon?
I did the South Pole.
Yeah, did you see why they landed on the moon?
I watched that episode. I watched that. I read that article as well. It was well done. It was so
so
good.
good. I was so impressed. I also
I
sent you
was.
I sent you the article about all the adaptations of the Sinbad story since the 13th century. So
Okay, cool. I
I'm just
appreciate
so
it.
mad you don't know who that is.
I'll ignore it, and
I know,
I'll start. I'll
I'm
start sending
so
you.
mad.
I'll start sending you all the IMDb references for Sinbad in movies.
That is one of the best stories ever. That's the man that did everything. Became a king, was a pirate. Like that was the guy.
Became a king and was a pirate.
Well, he did a lot of other stuff, obviously, but and like was in slavery, became a king, was a miner, was a hunter, was it like he's the guy who just did everything you could ever do. Merchant, like it, blacksmith, every single goddamn thing. He was just the man that did it all. He was the first jack of all trades.
You need to watch The Last Kingdom,
I did.
the show on Netflix,
It's a great show.
with about Vikings
Yeah.
and Uhtred.
Oh yeah.
We should spend an episode just talking about that show.
Let me rewatch some episodes because I fell off. I don't remember when. I know he had his son, and then all that with the magic happened. I'm well past that, but it was
All right.
it was a good show.
Let's call it an evening now that you've accepted that Sinbad is an American actor and that's who it is.
Yeah, that's
So-
what that is.
We appreciate you all so very much for stopping. This has been a special, super special Monday edition of the Sammys and Beer podcast live here on Monday night. We thank you all so much for joining us. Thomas, do you have final thoughts, final words?
Goku rocks. Sinbad was a story, and fuck you, Matt.
All right. Well, on that, we are going to say